My family cut me off when I was jobless. 5 years later, they showed up and said, "You don't have a family, we'll be taking the house." I stayed silent, picked up the phone, and called 911. They say blood is thicker than water, but for me, my family's betrayal was a tidal wave that almost drowned me. I never thought I'd find myself fighting for the very roof over my head against the people who were supposed to love me most. But when they finally showed up, bags in hand, I knew exactly what I had to do. My name is Sabrina, and I'm 32 years old. And yes, my family betrayed me, not once, but twice. That day they just walked right in, suitcases dragging across my floor, like they owned the place. My father, Richard, looked me dead in the eyes and the words he said still claw at my soul. "You don't even have a family. We will take this house." But this time I didn't argue. I didn't scream. I just reached for my phone and dialed 3 numbers. Growing up in suburban Pennsylvania, our family looked picture perfect on the outside. Dad, Richard, was a bank manager, always in those crisp suits, briefcase practically glued to his hand. Mom, Diane, a nurse at the local hospital, pulling long shifts but somehow, always keeping our house immaculate. Then there was Brian, my older brother, 3 years my senior, the undisputed golden child. We lived in a modest 3-bedroom house, nothing fancy, just an average American family, or so it seemed. But underneath that shiny veneer, there was a twisted dynamic that shaped everything. From the moment I can remember, the expectations were starkly different. Brian was destined for greatness. His mediocre grades? Celebrated. My excellent ones? Just expected. When he got into state university on a partial scholarship, my parents threw a massive party. A brand new car appeared in the driveway. They practically drained their savings to keep him debt-free. Me? From freshman year of high school, the message was clear: I'd work for college. By 16, I was juggling school with 20 hours a week at the local diner, flipping pancakes, slinging burgers, every single penny going into my college fund. Straight A's, extracurriculars, none of it mattered. Prestigious universities? Never even whispered. Brian was the investment. I was the afterthought. It was a cold, unspoken truth. The only person who truly saw me was my grandma Margaret, my mother's mother. She lived about an hour away, in a sweet little cottage with a garden that, to a child, felt absolutely magical. Every summer, I'd escape there for 3 weeks while Brian was off at some sports camp my parents had paid for. Those weeks were my salvation. "Sabrina," she'd tell me, as we planted tomatoes, her hands, weathered from decades of gardening and hard work, gently guiding mine in the soil. "Never let anyone tell you what your worth is. Only you decide that. And never depend on someone else to keep a roof over your head. Learn to build your own." Grandma Margaret had raised 3 kids mostly alone after my grandfather passed. She was. Full story added in below.